All right, Shalom. Shalom to the elect of Yahshua Allah, and Shalom to the other men, women, and children of our nation who YAHAWAH is going to have mercy upon them in the times we're coming into. Our Barat's out, the audio is clear. You can hear me, it's not mute. All right. So before we get started, Shema Yahshua Allah, Yahawah, NAWA, YAHAWAH BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QaDash, Halalyam NAWA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QaDash. All right, in the Hebrew tongue, I said, "Hear, O Israel, Yahawah, our God, Yahawah is one. Bless you, Yahawah. Bless you, Yahawashi. In the name of the Holy Spirit." Bear with me. All right. Then I said all phrases to our Father, our God, Yahawah. In the name, Yahawashi. In the name, the Holy Spirit. And I also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring in the works. And shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa Aqua, which would be you brothers, and few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to the truth. All right. I'm your brother Malkia, representing warriors for YAHAWASHI in Pasadena, Texas camp. Our Baratza, today's lesson is edifying, plain upon the table, straight to the point. All right, just pretty much a lesson to the brothers, to the Akim, to the hopeful elect. The brothers who desire to be counted worthy to be of the men that represents the house of David, by Yahshua, house of David, or the elect. All right, I only got like 3 scriptures in mind for this lesson. Pretty much, it's like a faith booster lesson for the Akim who've been deprived of their glory for as long as he remembers. He was never a ladies' man. He was usually like the ugly duckling, what they call it. All right, you couldn't really pull women like that. You had your fair shares here and there before coming in this truth, but then coming into the truth, you've been literally deprived of it. You can't even get a harlot to let you clap. That's how bad it is, man. All right. But I just want to through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI, remind you that you are the prize, Akim. You are the prize. The Hebrew Israelite man who represents the house of David are the prize. Okay, Akim, you are the prize. Okay, you are the prize. All right, not the woman. Okay, all right. The woman has been deceived by such philosophy called feminism, whatever you call that shit. All right, but according to the scriptures, according to the truth, the man is more precious. All right, he's the prize. All right, let's get that right quick in Isaiah 13 and 12. I only got like 3 scriptures. It's going to be a quick hit lesson. I'm going to get that Isaiah 13 and 12. All right, so it reads here, the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12. All right, let me put over here right quick. All right, and it reads, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Not a she-brew, because apparently, that's a thing going around, a she-brew. A so-called daughter of Zion, woman in general, right? No, it's talking about a man, but who in particular? The elect men, all right? The Hebrew Israelite men that represents the house of David. Can you give me a thumbs up if the audio is good? Thumbs up, a con. Something to let me know if the audio is actually working. If I'm not on mute. Baruch. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man. A man. It doesn't say a woman. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. God, I keep forgetting it's touchscreen. I could just touch on the screen to bring things up. The water. All right. So when you go into that word precious, right? The Strong's H3365, YAHAWAH, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It says to esteem, right? To esteem, respect, and admiration, typically for a person, right? Be prized, be valuable, be highly valued, be costly, right? Priceless, exquisite, beyond price. Beyond price. Okay, so the time's going to come where YAHAWASHI is going to make it manifest to the whole world who are true high valuable men. Okay, these particular men are going to be made more precious than fine gold. These men are going to be esteemed. They're going to finally receive that respect, that admiration, right? Especially from our people, especially from our glory. And who is the man's glory? The Israelite woman. Okay, so-called black women, the so-called Latinas, Hispanic woman, Native American Indian woman, Seminole Indian woman, and you Israelite foreigner woman, you speckled birds, right? Right, because majority of our women don't respect us right now, right? They don't admire us right now. But soon, Abaratza, if we are those very men whose names are written in heaven in the book of life, who are the elect, who represents the house of David, are going to finally be esteemed. They're going to finally be respected, admired. Okay, they're going to be the true high valuable men. Okay, it may not seem like it right now. Okay, but real soon it will be manifested. Okay, because we're in the process of being groomed on how to be men, how to lead. Okay, we're having to go through that trials and afflictions now. So when all hell do break loose, this wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us stable in those times. And women are going to see that. Women are going to be like, damn, there's something different about him. While all these men out here are bugging out, they just run around like chickens with their heads off. They're not stable, right? They don't know how to maneuver through the valley of the shadow of death, right? America, right? Doing Jacob's trouble, right? And etc., right? Right. But they see you. They see you, Ak. They see like, yo, something different about him. He's so stable. He seems so calm, confident, bold, standing boldly and stiffly like a lion in the midst of his enemies, right? Not scared of shit, right? Not scared of, the people of this world, right? Women are going to see that. They're going to flock to you, man. Okay. They're going to flock to you because they see how you're able to be stable. And it's like a worldly thing, but it's like a worldly quote I came across it, but it's a beautiful little quote. It pretty much goes into how like being calm is another form of like superpower. Something along that line, like calmness is a form of like power, because when you're calm, you're able to think better. You're able to have clarity in your mind, and you can make better decisions. You have that spirit of being able to be very calm and stable in the midst of chaos. It makes the people trust you even more, because they see how you're able to make good decisions under pressure. Okay, speaking from experience, the brother 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐄, for those who doesn't know the brother on the comment board, that's brother 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐄. That's his other channel. He can speak on my behalf too, being, having that military background, being overseas in combat, that's one of the things that your drill sergeants and your platoon sergeant, your squad leaders tries to teach you, is to how to remain calm under pressure, how to remain calm in the midst of war. Okay, all right, and let's say for an example, you're panicking. There's so much chaos going on, right? And you're looking for answers. You're trying to figure out, what to do, what's going on, and you see someone in the midst of all this chaos, everybody just running around like roaches in the kitchen when you turn the light on after it's been on for a long time. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. All right. Them roaches all over the damn place, right? But you're gonna see that one man just calm, stable, on some Book of Eli type of vibe, just calm, stable. And people see that, especially women, they're like, yo, something different about him. I feel like I can trust him because he seems so stable, calm. He doesn't seem afraid. Okay. All right. That's why these men are being made more precious than fine gold, because of Isaiah 33:6, there's wisdom and knowledge going to keep you stable in those times, man. You're not going to be bugged the hell out. All right, let me get that right quick since I keep mentioning it. But again, I'm going to read it one more time. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. All right, the elect men. All right, the Hebrew Israelite men. Even a man that in golden wedge of oath of fear. All right, so you're gonna be the time's gonna come where you brothers are gonna finally receive that respect, that admiration from our people. All right, those who scoffed and mocked at you, especially our glory, the women, right? Because right now, majority of them don't respect us right now, because we're not in power right now. Women are Brother Newman, if you're still here, I think you know that term, hypergamia, something along that line. If you can get the word and the definition of it, it pretty much gives you an idea of how the women think, and that's why most of our women don't are not cleaving onto us right now, because we don't have that power right now. Who's currently in power right now? Esau, Edom, so-called white man, our enemy. All right, they're able to provide them 911, police officers, ambulance, careers, and no options. Let's say, right. That's why they're flocking onto them, because women are into like power. Someone who's in power, they have that sense of like feeling like they belong to something or someone, but someone with power. And right now, who's in power? The wicked, because the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. But real soon, that role is going to flip to where now the elect men, when they're risen up with that godlike power, they got that spiritual powers. Uh, uh, they have that hedge of protection from YAHAWASHI. They're going to be the new high Bible men, because now they are literally gods among men. Okay. And you best believe I don't give a fuck what no woman says. I don't care what no woman says. You see a Hebrew Israelite man, a so-called black man, a so-called Hispanic man, a so-called Latino man, a so-called Nameric Indian man, and the Israelite foreigners men, like the speckled birds that makes up the house of David. When you see them with that godlike power, they're able to fly around. They're able to take down 100+ troops. Okay, all right. You women are going to flock to that. You women are going to find that so damn attractive, because there's no other men out here like that who are literally gods among men. And believe it or not, they're here right now. There are literal gods among men right now, but is not actually manifested yet. Okay, but it will be in a very dramatic way. All right, let me get that right quick. The brother got it. All right, hold on. Just the brother 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐄 hypergamius. I think I should pronounce it hypergamios. Okay, this is the definition of it. It says action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior psychological or educational background. Okay, let me get that right quick, since I'm making my way to Isaiah 33:6. Okay, all right, so Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, okay, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord YAHAWASHI is his treasure. Okay, so like understanding this Bible. Okay, when you go into stability, firmness, the quality of having a solid, unyielding surface or structure, fidelity, faithfulness to a person, right? So faithfulness to who? Yahawah Yahawashi, YAHAWASHI. Cause or belief demonstrated by continuing loyalty and support. Okay, so this wisdom and knowledge, right, is going to continue keeping you stable in those times, right? Because you're going to have that faithful. You're going to be very faithful onto a person, onto who? Yahweh Shai. Okay, all right, because Yahweh Shai is the word, right? So this wisdom and knowledge, which is Yahweh Shai, right? He is the word. He's going to keep you stable in those times. Lord willing, we are those men, right? And women are going to see that, right? Even some men too. Men are going to see that, and they're going to want to flock onto you. Like the scripture which says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, right? Because they see that you're very stable in those times. This wisdom and knowledge is keeping you stable in times of Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose, society collapse, famine, strange apparitions, monstrous apparitions, or I should have just said the plague of darkness, World War III, Civil War, race wars, sedition among men, rum against rum. When all hell break loose, man, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, right? And then women are going to see that. Women are going to see how you have this type of educational background, right? You have all this wisdom and knowledge, okay? Right? And women like that, believe it or not. They most women may not acknowledge that or admit it, but they like men who's not only have no power, right? But you got wisdom and knowledge. You're able to teach them something, okay? You're able to guide them. You're able to lead them. You're able to protect them, okay? Not about how much dish you got to guap, right? Because this shit's about to crash soon, all right? But real soon, these men are going to have true riches, which is what? The wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shai, mercy, the hedge of protection from on high, okay? Because not any man or every man is going to have that when the times we're going to approach in the near future when all hell break loose, okay? All right, so I'm going to read that again. The definition for a hypergameth, right? Oh, no, hypergamy, the action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. Okay, so these men are going to be made more precious than fine gold. All right, women. Let me get that Isaiah 4:1 then, since we're mentioning this right here, right quick, and then let me get another one. Matter of fact, Salaki, let me get Isaiah 32:2, and then I'm gonna get that. Okay, so Isaiah 32:2. Bear with me. It says, "And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind." And these men is talking about the elect men, the same men who Yahweh is going to make more precious than fine gold, right? Isaiah 13:12. It's talking about the same men here. This is one of the reasons why these men are going to be made more precious than fine gold. Why these men are going to be esteemed. Why these men are going to be respected and admired, highly priced, valuable, exquisite. Okay, why? Because a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right, so these men are going to be able to provide you woman protection. Okay, they're going to be able to get you delivered from that lake of fire, that thermonuclear destruction that's going to come upon America and obliterate this place. Okay, all right. That's how high valuable these men are, because your salvation is pretty much on the line. All right, life and death. All right, you are going to need a man, but not any man, but a man of understanding, a man who's serving Yahweh, which only consists of Hebrew Israelite men. All right, on this side is going to be the remnant, starting with the house of David. All right, who are literally the gods among men right now as we speak. It's just not manifested yet. They can feel it. They feel something different is about you. They just don't know why, but they feel it. They feel that light. that spirit of YAHAWASHI in you, of YAHAWASHI, HAQADASH. All right. So like for an example, right? Right. Let's say is a really bad storm, right? It's raining, it's cold, right? What does the flesh desire? A desire to take shelter. Okay. A desire to feel a desire to take place in a shelter where it feels safe. Okay. Kept dry from the heavy rains, kept warm from the cold, or vice versa, kept cool from the heat outside. Right? That's how these men are going to be. Okay. That's how important they're going to be as rivers of water in a dry place. Right? Let's say it's been like 3 days, you haven't drink water, you're thirsty, right? I'm talking about you women. You're thirsty as hell. All hell's breaking loose. You've been catching some hell for some time, right? You know, you're going through it. And you finally come across some water in a dry place, right? You know, you run to it, right? You run to it, and your pressure, that water is esteemed, right? Is respected, is admired, is cherished so much, okay? Because you may not find water again after that time you found it, okay? And it's been so long you had it, so you're gonna cherish it. That's how these men are gonna be. Once you come across one of these men, you're gonna run to him. You're gonna flock to him, okay? As a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. It's hot. You've been walking out there in the midst of a desert. There's no trees. There's no object. There's nothing that can provide shade, right? So when you finally do come across some shade, right, in a weary land, you run to that rock, into its shadow, for protection from the heat, from being scorched, from being counter steel, right? Okay, that's how these men are going to be. That's how important they're going to be. Women are going to be flocking to you, brothers, man. It may be to the point where they're going to be knocking on your door, just doom, 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 doom. I know you live here. Remember me? We used to date, this and that. I was that girl from high school who, who hooked you up in the men's locker room. You know what I'm talking about? Some old familiar face may try to come back and knock on your door, knock on your social media platforms, trying to DM you if social media is still even up, if the internet's still up, right? But the time will come, Akim. The time will come. I feel it. The time will come where, especially the brothers who've been deprived of women, more women are going to start probably trying to shoot their shot at you. Okay, but now you got to have that spirit of discernment to try to figure out like this if she's sincere or not. Okay, all right, and that's something you should pray to YAHAWASHI is to bless you with more spiritual discernment, so you can better discern, who's sincere or not. All right, and that's why women are going to be flocking to these men, because these men have such educational background. They have this wisdom and knowledge, and not every or any man is going to have that in time to come into. All right. All right. And not any man out here is going to be able to provide, like that to be a hiding place, that protection, to be passed over from YAHAWASHI's wrath. Okay. Because you got that wow. You got that mark in Ezekiel 9, verse 4-6, that's that mark, that spiritual mark, of just wisdom and knowledge, right? And you're going to be exempt from judgment, okay? Right? Like that scripture goes into how 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 by thy right, but none shall come nigh thee. Just paraphrasing, right? Women are going to see that. Women are going to see like, yo, why is all these dudes, these people are just dropping dead from left to right, but for some reason you not being touched. You're so confident. All right. You're not afraid. You're not bugging the hell out. And because of that, people are going to trust you more, because it's like, yo, there's something about him. He seemed like someone who knows what's going on, someone of understanding. Okay. All right. It may not feel like it right now, because our women don't admire us right now. They don't fuck with us like that. But real soon, it's going to get so bad to where they don't even care how you look, if you already got children or not, if you already got a wife already or multiple wives already. They want to deal with you. They want to be one of your wives so they can have that same protection that your wives are getting. Okay. All right. Yep, and that's true. This wisdom and knowledge, right? This is wise counsel. The wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai is not for any man. It's definitely not for a mere mortal. Okay, it's only for the elect who are gods among men. All right. All right. Let's see. I want to get one more. I'm gonna get the Isaiah 4:1 real quick. Then we close out with that. I just want to put this out there to remind the brothers, start myself first and foremost, that hey, you are the prize. You are the prize. We are the prize. Because first we are Hebrew Israelite men, and then we are Hebrew Israelite men that's trying to serve our power. All right. Isaiah 4:1 in the KJV, and in that day 7 women should take hold of one man. And who is that one man, right? One of the elect men, who what? The man that was made more precious than fine gold, the man who shall be as a hiding place, right? And the brother brought out the definition for hypergamy, right? So that's why women are going to be willing to be one of your wives. They're not going to care if you already got multiple women. Okay, it's now manifested that these are the true high valuable men. All right. And in that day, 7 women, right? A complete number of women. It could be 7 women, 10 women, a complete number of women, but it's definitely going to be multiple. Okay. And in that day, 7 women should take hold of one man, one of the elect men, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Right. So women are going to be willing to comply. They're going to be willing to dress modestly. Okay. Cover themselves up. Okay, because now the man is able to call the shots, and then if is either you comply to him, you comply with his instructions, with the scriptures that he's using. All right, that's keep him stable those times. Either you comply or hey, like that artist says, she for the streets. All right, leave her ass for the streets. Okay, she want to comply, let her die. Okay. It says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. And a woman is called by another man's name. A woman picks up another man's last name through sex. Believe it or not, that's how our power design men and women. Men and women, that's it. Men and women. Anything outside of that shit, that's just wicked as hell. Man, woman have sex, right? And they become husband and wife. Now she belongs to him because she picked up his name. He didn't pick up her name. She picked up his name. Okay. She's not his property. She's not his possession, right? You are now one of his wives. Okay. That's why it says here, it says, the action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person. And who is that person we talking about here? The elect men. Because these elect men fits these 2 categories right here that you see right here, the educational background and the psychological, how you pronounce it? All right. It says, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, right? To take away that feeling of them being scorn, feeling despicable, resting upon shame and disgrace, feeling like she's not worthy enough to receive salvation, to become one of your wives. That's how bad reality is going to hit these women, these prideful women, these westernized mindset women, and they're going to realize, like, damn, they really need a man. If not, she's dead. She's through. Okay, these women are going to be finally be willing to comply, right? And a woman's going to want you to take away her reproach through sex. Okay, I remember a brother had a dream how, long story short, I think like all hell broke loose immediately, some kind of pestilence outbreak. He had some women under his wing, and one of his women, she was like stressed out. She was afraid. She was going through it, and the brother calmed her down, that way. and they became, they became one flesh. They became husband and wife through sex. He handled his business, in the back of where they was at. Calm the ass down. All right, because she saw that this man is a person of a superior, that right there, in educational background. All right, they married, and they formed a sexual relationship. They became husband and wife. Okay. All right. So again, you men are the prize. Okay, like the brother said. Says shit, comply or die. Yeah, comply or die. It's either or. Comply or you want to die. You gotta learn the hard way. All right. Let me get this right quick. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee. All right. You sincere brothers out there, man, and you few sincere sisters out there, but starting with the elect, all right, these men that represents the house of David, right? And I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. And that her here is talking about our nation, starting with the elect, because we are likened onto a delicate, tender woman in the eyes of our power. Okay, there's times where our power will describe her as her. Okay, because we're likened onto a delicate, woman. Okay, all right, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Okay, like for an example, precious, right? Esteem, respect, and admiration, typically for a person. For who? For those who've been put to shame in every land that he dwelt at in his past, during his walk. Okay, all right, your hometown, overseas, this state you used to live at, this state you used to live at, whatever you was put to shame at, man, whatever you was embarrassed at, you was mocked at, scoffed at, all right, whatever you used to live at when you was dating old girl in the past, you was put to shame. Hey, our power's going to hook you up, man, so he can glorify his name, but he's going to use you to do that. You're going to partake in that glory. Okay, all right. It starts by our power first and foremost. Okay, but he's going to use you to do that. All right, he's not going to leave you hanging. All right, Shalom, Malak, YAHAWASHI, BARAK. Let me get this last one. It's the NIV though. For Isaiah 32:2, how a man's going to be a hiding place, right? In the new international version, each one will be like a shelter. Each one of who? Each of the elect men. All right. Each one will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm, like streams of water in a desert, and the shadow of a great rock in a thirsty land. All right, that land is dry. All right, okay. So I just want to bring that out. Our RAWCHAA Spirit was edifying, a faith booster for your brothers who, kind of struggle with that. Sometimes you have your days. It's understandable. It's the flesh. Like damn, like sometimes you feel like you're low self-esteem, like low self-esteem. You think it's you. You think it's something wrong with you. All right, but really no. It's just you got that spirit of YAHAWASHI dwelling in you. All right, our power is dealing with you first. He needs to groom you up, make you to a man. Go from making you from being boys to men. All right. He's making you a man. So when all hell break loose, right, people are going to see the difference between what a real man really is. Okay. It's going to be a difference between boys to men. All right. And the woman's going to flock to that. A lot of women, Akim, a lot of women. Okay. All right. But mind you, at the end of the day, it's to glorify the names of our power. He's going to use you to do that. All right. Our rosters out, we are those men. Again, you, Akim, you are the damn prize. Don't let this aggressive ass brute beast Eve trying to tell you that you're not a prize. Don't let this disobedient Latina, this OnlyFans chick, the philosopher of this world, your grandmother, whoever, tell you that the woman's a prize. No, you are the prize. Okay, it may not seem like it right now, right? Because we're going through that process of being purified, being groomed to how to be real men. A real time when all hell break loose, you are going to be a real man, and women's going to fucking flock to that. All right, ain't gonna be no more pillow talking and trying to get you for like 2 weeks to decide if if you're gonna fuck around or not. Ain't gonna be no pillow talking, man. Either you comply or die. Like the brother said, you comply or die. If you want to be one of my wives, hey, you know that's gonna come with you having to bear my children. All right, she shall be saved in childbearing. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. All right, Isaiah 4:1. All right, let us all marry you. In NOT, let us all marry you. All right, they want to become your wives, to take away their reproach, so they'll be mocked as old maids. Okay, an old maid is a woman that's like too old for marriage to have children. Okay, all right. So again, you are the prize. Keep reminding yourself that in the spirit of meekness as much as you have to. All right, you are the prize, Akim. Just keep on waiting. All right, the road is going to change at some point. The elect men are going to finally get fame and praise at some point. They're going to finally be esteemed, respected, and admired at some point. I brought this, I assume, because this shit is tiring. Watching these Babylonians still fucking live it up. All right, but I brought this out. The lesson was edifying. All right, I'm gonna close out by giving a much due all phrases, honor and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring works. Shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa Aqua, which would be you brothers, and few amount of sincere sisters who subscribe to this truth. DTA, Abad, Babal, Soon, Kwam Yashala. Shalom, Malak. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom.